Welcome into the Casual Gaming Conversation. I'm Connor. That's Nick. This is your weekly gaming podcast from Ep.84. This week we're talking about video game soundtracks, the video game soundtrack bracket. We have 64 games here. We're going to decide which one is the best soundtrack of all time. Before we get into that, Nick, how we doing?
Doing well. WrestleMania weekend's in full effect. It's been a great time talking about that recently. Was just down in Miami seeing Matt and Scott, two of my best buds, having a weekend of relaxation before hopping into what will be the most difficult stream I ever do in my lifetime, the Persona 5 stream. It's starting up tomorrow. Very excited about it. That'll be in housekeeping and everything. Connor, how are you doing?
Doing good. It's been a long weekend. And by a long weekend, I mean I sat in my apartment and played video games for like 12 hours straight yesterday. It was kind of awesome. I'm not going to lie. I needed one of those days.
Yeah.
You need one of those every once in a while, a good recharge day. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited to be doing this bracket. Video game soundtracks, one of my favorite things on the planet. So without further ado, we have people watching live right now, so I'm not going to dilly-dally here. Hopping into housekeeping, this show is made possible by our lovely supporters over on Patreon. If you want to support the channel, we have a bunch of different tiers over there where you can get added benefits like this show and the Casual Gaming News Conversation 3 days early, as well as a bonus episode of the Casual Gaming Conversation. We just shot our South of Midnight and Split Fiction spoiler cast. We have a big backlog of additional podcasts, so if you sign up at that lowest tier, you have a bunch of podcasts to listen to that are exclusive to the Patreon. The $10 tier, you have the Co-op64 podcast, Recollecting Retro, and 2 additional bonus TikToks every other week over on Patreon. Lastly, the highest tier, you get your name read out at the end of each and every podcast, and you get your opportunity to write in for the Co-op64 podcast and have your topic discussed on the show. And we really appreciate all the support over there. It's been really amazing lately. We really can't do this without you. So thank you guys so much for the support over there. Twitch, we're doing one thing and one thing only. Nick is doing a Persona 5 Royal Marathon stream Monday to Friday this week, starting at 9 a.m. He's going live on Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he's going all the way till Friday at 1?
Non-stop, yes, till 1 p.m. on Friday. This is going to be nothing short of epic. We're going to be hanging out non-stop on this stream. I'm sleeping on stream. I'm going to be eating on stream. I'm going to be hanging out on stream. Are we going to watch probably the first 2 seasons of Video Game High School during this week? During the late night? Yeah. Are we going to be doing some yoga potentially tomorrow to stretch it out a little bit? Absolutely. Let's show the chat how unflexible I am. It's going to be a great time. So show up, show out. This is not a subathon. This is not anything that needs to be funded by y'all. This is just something really cool that I've always set out to do if I ever got the opportunity to be full time. And that's all because of y'all. So let's enjoy it. Let's celebrate and let's have a good time.
Yeah, Brady and I will be popping in and out probably at some point.
You hear what Master Diz's idea was for a night of fun?
No.
Eating everything from Chili's.
Everything from Chili's.
Like just a big Chili's night.
Okay.
And Brady was
Dude,
like,
is there even a Chili's close by to here?
No, it's like 38 minutes away.
It's going to be freezing cold by the time it gets here. It's going to be terrible.
Well, yeah. And so we're going to go and have a great feast. Connor, you're invited if you want to come over.
I'm gonna take a pass on that one. Join up in the Discord. We have over 2,500 members over there talking about games, playing games together, making friends. It's a great way to get involved with the community and chat with us. So yeah, come join up in the Discord. Link in the bio for that. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs over on co-op64store.com. We have the original design, the college design. So support over there if you would like to get a T-shirt. Lastly, Apple Podcast Services, leave us a nice review over there. It gets the show out to more people, and we would really appreciate it. We're going to save hot takes in the draft for the end. We're going to do the bracket, and then we're going to cut, and then we're going to go back into the hot takes, the regular show, and reset a little bit. But yeah, Nick, do you want to hop right into this?
Let's hop right into this, bro.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Do you have a marker?
No.
You do not.
We are sharing the marker.
We're sharing the marker.
Because there's only one marker.
There's only one marker. Okay, we have 64 games. Am I in the frame? Okay.
Yes.
All right, we have 64 games. Do we want to read them off side by side?
Absolutely.
Want to go first?
The Oh, you go first. By all means, yeah.
In the East, we have Cuphead versus Parappa the Rapper, Undertale versus not The Walking Dead, The Witcher 3, God of War versus Symphony of the Night, Nier Automata versus Mass Effect 2, Animal Crossing New Horizon versus Doom 2016, Metaphor ReFantazio versus Banjo-Kazooie, Skyrim versus Spider-Man,
Miles Morales,
The Last of Us Part 2 versus Sound Shapes, Hi-Fi Rush versus Mario Galaxy, Astrobot versus 1000 X Resist, Fallout New Vegas versus Shadow of the Colossus,
not Shadow the Hedgehog,
Silent Hill 2 versus Neva, Tetris versus Zelda Ocarina of Time, Alan Wake 2 versus Portal, Hotline Miami versus Super Mario Bros. 3, and Mega Man 2 versus Journey.
And over on the West, we have Stellar Blade versus Hollow Knight, Halo 3 versus Final Fantasy X, Red Dead Redemption 2 versus Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth versus Bioshock Infinite, Donkey Kong Country 2 versus Life is Strange, Elden Ring versus Celeste, Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Ghost of Tsushima, Chrono Trigger versus Breath of the Wild, Persona 5 Royal versus Tony Hawk, South of Midnight versus Death Stranding, FF16 versus Sonic 2, FF6 versus Metroid Prime, Pokemon Red versus Parasite Eve, Uncharted 4 versus Cyberpunk 2077, Persona 3 Reload versus Street Fighter 2, Minecraft versus Guitar Man.
Alrighty, this is not going to go well. Nobody's going to be happy about any of this. Just know that I love you.
I love you. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
We're here. Honestly, no matter what, it cannot be worse than the villains bracket.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever be worse than that.
If we disagree, we'll go to you guys. If we don't know anything about a game, something like Chrono Trigger, we are going to send it to you guys as well. Unless we feel very passionate about something here, like we don't want to see. It's gonna lose Kingdom Hearts 2 no matter what.
Yeah.
Like I'm not allowing Kingdom Hearts 2 to beat to be beat by Chrono Trigger. I'm sorry, just because it's our personal list, it's our personal bracket. So
also, just a quick reminder: if you are upset with us about one of the decisions we make, we don't be. We make the decisions. It's our list. So just a heads up there.
And also, this is stuff that we have experience in. We didn't include, but there's some glaring omissions here. If we haven't had any experience playing it, then we won't include it. We put Chrono Trigger on here because that's like the one soundtrack that people would probably be furious about not having on here. It's very likely in the top 10 for a lot of people who've played it, so we include it on here. But otherwise, we need to have experienced the game in some capacity,
all right,
and have some memory of it.
Let's get into some of these first rounders are gonna fly by. Is this one of them? Connor, Cuphead versus Parappa the Rapper.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find. You gotta go Cuphead here.
It's Cuphead.
They're just more music is a big part of it.
So good, and the distinct aspect of Cuphead is all the music is extremely unique. The art style is unique. Cuphead's just really unique.
You could say the same thing about Parappa. Everything you just said works for Parappa.
That's a good point, but it's better in Cuphead. So
I don't know if it's better. Honestly, it's just more. There's 6 songs in Parappa.
Undertale versus The Witcher 3 is Undertale.
Yeah, sorry, Witcher 3.
Yep.
I think that indies are going to dominate here.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of indie love. For sure. God of War versus Symphony of the Night. Get your polls ready.
Yeah, it's Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night's like one of the best soundtracks of all time, dude. It is so fucking good. I'm going to lose this, but
yeah, God of War versus Symphony of the Night.
I said this in the review. Yeah, can we get a poll going for God of War versus Symphony of the Night? But when it comes to Symphony of the Night, I was playing this game and I was like, dude, this track is so good. There's no way that it gets any better than this. And then I would go to the next section and it would be even better. And that happened like 6 different times. I was like, how does it keep getting better? It can't keep getting away with this. But we'll move on from that and come back around. Nier Automata versus Mass Effect 2. This is going to piss a lot of people off. I think Mass Effect 2 soundtrack is way better than Nier Automata's. I think Nier Automata's soundtrack is the best part of that game, but I personally prefer Mass Effect 2. You have no choice.
I like Mass Effect 2 soundtrack, but I really don't want to put any opinion to Nier music. I actually really like the Nier music quite a bit. Once again, this is just a soundtrack that's permutated through the past few years of my life of just listening to stuff while studying in college, and also like when I'm editing, I often have video game music playing in the background. So I've listened to some Nier music, but yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight.
Animal Crossing New Horizons versus Doom 2016.
You want to know what the fun part of this is?
What?
Oh no, damn! If it's Eternal. The Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizons came out on the same day.
Oh.
Do you not remember all those memes?
No, I remember.
They were adorable. Yep. Great. It's Doom 2016.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Animal Crossing. I've never really been that much of a fan of Animal Crossing music, though KK Slider kind of shreds.
He's got that dog in him.
Yeah, he does have that dog in him. Metaphor versus Banjo.
Metaphor,
but I shout out to Banjo music. Banjo is very unique, very distinct. Like you hear Banjo music and you're like, you don't even need to see the game. You know what it is. So
shout out to Young Tika saying that's the OG Barbenheimer for Animal Crossing and Doom. I love that.
Sipping the Night one, baby. Let's go.
I should have given a spiel on God of War. If I thought it was so obvious. God of War's 2018 soundtrack is legendary, and it perfectly pairs excellently with how epic that narrative is.
Skyrim versus Spider-Man Miles Morales.
It's Skyrim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you wanted Spider-Man Miles Morales included on here, so I thought you were gonna bang the drum for it.
No, Spider-Man Miles Morales is like an 8 out of 10. It's a great soundtrack. Those 808s, the drums, it's just terrific, but it's Skyrim's music.
I'm playing Skyrim right now, and I feel stupid playing it because I thought I was going to have like a week, probably. I thought that Oblivion would drop later in the week, probably, but the fact that it's supposed to come out tomorrow at noon, this is going to be dated if you're watching on Wednesday. Yeah. But like, I'm just going to have to stop and then come back to it, and coming back to Skyrim after a remade Oblivion is going to be really weird. The Last of Us versus Sound Shapes. Shout out to Sound Shapes, but it's The Last of Us.
Gustav's soundtrack is unbelievable. Slight spoilers for episode 1 of the new season of The Last of Us, but he's in it. Great little shout out to him.
High Five versus Mario Galaxy.
It's Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, it's Mario Galaxy. Come on.
You don't like Connor's setting up this bracket, and I am calling him a bunch of mean names.
There's no fair way to do this. I'm just going all over the board.
It's like, Hi-Fi Rush, one of my all-time favorite soundtracks. Let's put it against arguably the greatest soundtrack of all time.
Astrobot versus 1000 X Resist.
Astro Boy.
I think it's closer than you think. You haven't played this game. 1000 X Resist music is fantastic. Probably my favorite part of the entire game. Highlights a lot of the dramatic moments quite well, and just kind of being in the area, walking around in it. It's like just excellent just hearing the music. But yeah, we're going to go Astrobot.
Shout out to Yusuf in our chat who beat Katana Zero today. I beat that a few weeks ago. Really great game. And honestly, that soundtrack should have been on here.
Fallout New Vegas versus Shadow of the Colossus. I'm sorry to Fallout New Vegas. It's Shadow of the Colossus.
I'm going to put my vote in for Fallout New Vegas.
Okay, you want to?
Yeah, I want this one to go to a poll.
Guys.
I love the music of Shadow of the Colossus. I think that the amount of times, though, that I'm sitting and editing and I just have a video game music playlist that comes up in Fallout, I'm like, oh shit, this is phenomenal. And I look up and it's Fallout New Vegas, is often. And so, and for me, when I think of Shadow of the Colossus, I don't think about the soundtrack. It really, there's some moments that the soundtrack's busting in that game, but still.
Can we get a poll going for this, please? Shadow of the Colossus versus Fallout New Vegas?
Yep.
I think Shadow of the Colossus is just the only word. I know this word's kind of cringe. It's epic. It's just an epic soundtrack. These moments with these massive, larger-than-life creatures climbing on them are brought to the next level by this music swelling in the background, jumping off of your horse onto one of them, and like the music like hits at like the perfect moment. It's like, God damn.
I went and was polling music for your top 50 for Shadow of the Colossus, and I was immensely impressed because I've pulled like 3 different songs. And yeah, unbelievable.
Silent Hill 2 versus Neva.
Silent Hill 2.
Sorry, buddy.
Yep. Once again, Hi-Fi Rush versus Mario Galaxy and Neva versus.
What does Neva beat? What does Neva beat, Nick?
I think Neva's music is better than Fallout New Vegas and Shadow of the Colossus and Spider-Man and Sound Shapes.
But you put
Mass Effect. It's better than Mass Effect 2.
But you put any of those. I'm not going to agree because I haven't played it, so we're going to put it to a poll. And it's going to lose to all of those.
So somebody, if you have played Neva, if we're talking about Neva versus Mass Effect 2 soundtrack, Neva dog walks it.
I mean,
it's not close.
I think that if you put that to a poll, though, it loses. Yes.
Fallout New Vegas moves on with 50.
Are you fucking kidding me?
5%.
God damn it, guys!
Bang. It's going to lose next round anyways.
Yes, it is. Oh, no. Ryan number 3. This is a Ryan number 3 matchup. Fallout New Vegas versus Silent Hill 2.
Are we trying to post any of these on TikTok, by the way? Because you can't sit down if we are.
Okay.
Just a heads up, because the shot, it looks insane.
All right.
Just a heads up there.
Tetris versus Ocarina of Time.
Tetris.
Nick. Ocarina of Time
is pretty good.
The game is built around music.
It's pretty good.
It's so good.
But it's Zelda.
Even the little Ocarina music is fantastic.
No, I listen to a ton of Ocarina music. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Now, can
Fairy
we joke?
Fountain theme, Gerudo Valley.
Connor, can we joke? Can we have a laugh?
No,
can we
can't.
have a laugh
we can't
once
have
in a while?
laugh.
Come on.
That's wild.
Alan Wake 2 versus Portal. This fucking sucks. It's Alan Wake 2, but it sucks.
Yeah.
It's Alan Wake 2.
I'll go with that. The original like writing for that or whatever.
This is another one of those moments where the dog in this fight for me, Alan Wake 2, I go and I look at the bracket, I'm like, oh, it's going against Portal. Well, that sucks because I love Portal. And then I see that it's going to go against Ocarina the next round. I'm just like, Connor, you are legitimately bullying me right now.
Just get better taste. Why are you not on my side with Ocarina?
I am. I totally am on your side.
For the next one, that's the obvious choice there. Ocarina over Alan Wake 2. That's
we'll
obvious.
talk about that in a moment. Hotline Miami versus Super Mario Bros. 3. It's Super Mario Bros. It's Super Mario Bros. 3.
It's Hotline Miami, dude.
Connor, Super Mario Bros. 3
Super Mario Bros. 3 is not like even a top Mario soundtrack.
It's top 3.
Maybe. World is better.
It's close between that.
Hotline Miami, like that's all soundtrack, baby.
I know, but Super Mario Bros. 3,
it's all everything.
Super Mario
honestly.
Bros. 3 has, I think Mario in general, 2D Mario especially, has the most underrated soundtrack. We're putting this one to a poll.
If we're gonna put it to a poll, I'm gonna lose. I'm so mad, guys. Please don't let me down. But let's get it to a poll. Hotline Miami versus Super Mario Bros. 3. Go listen to the Hotline Miami soundtrack while you're voting.
Good.
Please, just pull it up. Just pull it up.
Let's move on
so much better.
to Mega Man 2 versus Journey. One of those games won a Grammy, correct?
It's Mega Man 2.
What?
Yeah, I really think that. It's very close.
I've heard some Mega Man 2 music.
It's so good, dude. They're both great.
Oh my Connor.
I'll give you Journey on this one. I'm okay with that.
Okay, if you just Connor, we can send that to a poll. I'm happy to. If you want to put Mega Man 2 over Journey, then we should send it to a poll. If that is your thoughts, this is why we do the polls and everything. Connor, you're out of the shot.
Yeah, let's. No, we'll just go with Journey.
Okay. As that poll is closing out, Stellar Blade versus Hollow Knight. I want Stellar Blade to advance because that's what my vote would be, but obviously you've played both.
Oh, it's Stellar Blade. It is Stellar Blade. It's real close. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I get to
relax.
Hold on to a pen. It's Stellar Blade. I know people are going to be pissed about that. I know people are going to be really mad.
Well, let's start.
I think we didn't even have Hollow Knight on the list. And then
for the first 30.
Yeah, for the first 30. And then we decided to add it on. Stellar Blade was there early. Stellar Blade's music is fucking phenomenal.
Hotline Miami won.
Yes! Let's fucking go, baby! Oh, it barely won, too. 55% of the vote. Let's go, guys.
Come on. Halo 3 versus Final Fantasy X. I was watching Snow Bicycle My School play some FF10, and that music is unfucking believable.
It's Final Fantasy X. We agree?
I'm gonna vote for Halo 3.
Fuck! No! guys, please. Final Fantasy X. Designer can come on, man.
Is Metroid Prime on there? It is on there. We're gonna talk about it in just a moment.
There are 4 Final Fantasy games on here.
Yes. Let's move on to the next one. We want to pull for this for sure.
For Halo 3 versus Final Fantasy X, please.
They're on it. Our mods are amazing. Shout out to the mod team. Red Dead Redemption 2 versus Metal Gear Solid. This is a tough conversation because I love the music of Red Dead.
And I love the music of Metal Gear too.
I got to go with Metal Gear. The hard part is we put Metal Gear 1 on here. The standout with Metal Gear 1 is the fact that everything that you're doing in that game has a bumping soundtrack beneath it. Mm-hmm. Whereas Red Dead 2 does a great job with his soundtrack to be a little bit more atmospheric and let you live in that world.
But also it has the fucking moments with it, the musical moments.
Once again, another thing where I was pulling music for top 50 and trying to find the right track, and I listened to like 7 songs in a row from Red Dead 2, and I just kept listening to it as I was editing. It's awesome.
American Venom, I think is the name of the song or whatever.
That song's amazing.
Yeah, we're doing Red Dead. I'm sorry. So
okay, it's got to go to a poll. Red Dead 2 versus Metal Gear Solid will be the next poll. We are finishing up Halo versus Final Fantasy X with this poll. Come on,
baby.
It is
Halo 3. 52%. Damn it. These are so close. This is fun.
That's going to be an insane matchup, too, because I'm going to get roasted. Me off, but as they get up the next poll for Red Dead 2 and Metal Gear Solid, we got FF7 Rebirth versus Bioshock Infinite.
Rebirth.
Rebirth is going to advance.
Just the amount of... can I say something? This is...
I don't every now and then do...
it pisses me off when people don't do the...
I know, but I just don't have the room.
For 7.
I don't... Because you also wrote FF7R,
which
and I'm like, that's remake also.
You know what I meant, though.
I know.
Donkey Kong Country 2 versus Life is Strange. DKC
Donkey
2.
Kong Country 2. This is a U matchup.
Yeah. Life is Strange music, probably my favorite part of that game.
Elden Ring versus Celeste. It's Celeste. It sucks for me. Celeste. Once again, Connor just stabbing me in the throat in these matches. What Hi-Fi Rush is better than Bioshock Infinite and Life is Strange.
I'm doing it randomly, Nick. It's random.
It did not seem so random, Chad. Indeed, Kingdom Hearts 2 is going to advance over Ghost, correct?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, Yoko Shimomura, dude.
Chrono Trigger versus Breath of the Wild. We're tossing this one to a poll, correct?
Yes.
After this finishes up.
This has a minute, so let's keep it on here.
But that's going to be the next poll, Chrono Trigger versus Breath of the Wild mods. Thank you so much, mods. I don't know who's running them right now. I assume it's Alec.
Alec, I think.
Thank you so much, Alec. You're doing a great job, bud. Persona 5 versus Tony Hawk.
Persona 5.
Royal Advances.
Oh, this is going to make people mad.
South of Midnight versus Death Stranding.
It's going to make you mad. It's Death Stranding.
Here's the thing. It's really close for me. And I've only listened to 10 songs from Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, is one of those games that is so... I can say the same about South of Midnight. So enhanced by its music. I know.
South of Midnight might not be worth playing without the music.
Yeah. I agree. I understand that. I mean, I don't agree with that necessarily.
My vote is going to be for South of Midnight. That will also be going to a
my
poll.
vote will be for Death Stranding. And do you think who's going to win?
I think that you're going to win.
Yeah, because I'm not people play South of Midnight.
Here's the thing. I'm not upset by it.
Yeah.
This is one that I'm okay with, but I have to go and say that I prefer South of Midnight's soundtrack. I was telling Connor, I was on a flight today.
Oh, who won? Sorry, Metal Gear versus Red Dead.
Oh, shit.
MGS won.
MGS won?
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Really? Over Red Dead 2? That's going to piss a lot of people off.
Well, this whole bracket's just going to be
Sorry,
pissing people
I
off.
interrupted you.
But yeah, South of Midnight. I was on a plane this morning, and Spotify does this thing where it saves like your last 50 songs you listen to, and I just shuffled that playlist, and like 3 South of Midnight songs came on because I've just been bumping that for so long. Chrono Trigger versus Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's gonna be a battle for y'all. I'm sorry. So South of Midnight, Death Stranding is gonna be the next poll. FF16 for Sonic 2. FF16.
FF16.
Yes. And I like Sonic 2's music.
Damn
Connor,
it.
I've already written it, so you already lost. FF6 versus Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I'm going to say Final Fantasy 6.
I understand.
Final Fantasy 6 is like a top 2 soundtrack for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's a fine take. Here's the thing. Metroid Prime, when it's very similar to Metal Gear, the atmosphere is just unbelievable, and that's solely provided by that soundtrack.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into that atmosphere for Metroid Prime. I do agree that a lot of it does come from the soundtrack, but Final Fantasy 6 is like Nobuo Uematsu's crown jewel, in my opinion. Like, he's at that point working within the restrictions that he's doing on the SNES, like the amount of music that's in that game and how beautiful it is. Breath of the Wild 1 over Chrono Trigger?
Yep.
See, no, that's the thing. Chrono Trigger is Half-Life, dude.
Yep, I agree.
Where the people who talk about it fucking love to talk about it, and it makes it seem like it's bigger than it is. But I think the vast majority of people have not played Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, they've not played it. It's also super inaccessible.
Yeah.
It's Steam. Steam now, so yeah.
But apparently somebody was saying in our Discord that the Steam port sucks.
Yeah.
But
FF6 versus Metroid is the next. No, it's South Midnight versus Death Stranding.
So we're gonna go back to that. We have two.
Yep, two to wait on.
Pokemon versus Parasite Eve. It's Parasite Eve. Will you give this one to me, please? Come on. Parasite Eve, Yoko Shimomura. You listen to that soundtrack.
Will you give the next one to me?
Cyberpunk versus Uncharted? No! That's a way bigger deal. You don't feel passionately about Pokemon at all.
I like Pokemon soundtrack quite
No,
a bit.
you don't, Nick. This is just putting it up there so more people play Pokemon. That's not going to beat the next one anyways.
Death Stranding moves on with 70% of the vote. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Are we go for DS because we don't have Dark Souls on here? Next one's FF6 versus Metroid Prime. I'll allow Parasite Eve. It's really good. Just to make Connor happy.
So now you get to sit down, but I can't sit down?
No, I'm going to sit for a moment and then stand right back up.
Okay.
Uncharted 4 versus Cyberpunk.
It's Cyberpunk.
It's not. Uncharted 4 might be the most underrated soundtrack of all time.
It's a great soundtrack, but Cyberpunk is like, dude, going from Starfield in that soundtrack and that gameplay and playing
Cyberpunk.
that back to Cyberpunk with that music. Oh my fucking god, dude. It's ungodly how good it makes that combat. Combat is so good because of the soundtrack.
I've not played Cyberpunk, and I feel like I'm going to lose the poll. So we actually don't even need to make this a poll. I'll just put Cyberpunk on the advance.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too.
But you know that's Cyberpunk music. You've heard it.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
It's insane. I'm going to lose the Metroid Prime thing.
Persona 3 Reload versus Street Fighter 2. Here's the thing. I need to throw this out there. I need to play more Street Fighter 2. because I think Street Fighter 2 music is unfucking believable.
Brady, for every single game that we play or whatever, he pulls Street Fighter 2 stuff for video game sounds, video game music all the time.
And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But Persona 3 Reload is one of the most special soundtracks ever. Correct? We're going P3 Reload?
That's fine. Yeah. And then Guitar Man versus Minecraft.
Do you want to just have a moment to talk about it?
Yeah.
And then
Guitar Man is like my favorite soundtrack of all time. It's a rhythm game on the PS2. It's one of them.
Okay. Yeah, you said favorite.
Legendary theme is my favorite video game song. Period.
That's fair. I mean, I've listened to it. It's brilliant.
Just do yourself a favor and go look up some of the music from this game. I would prefer if you play it. It's very expensive to play on PS2, and apparently it sucks on emulators. So, I love this game.
But Minecraft is going to advance.
But Minecraft, I'm not going to win that fight. So.
Yeah. Metroid Prime advances 52% of the vote over FF6.
52? Oh my God, guys. You got to cut in this close.
Metroid P and then Minecraft.
Wow. Okay. We're rocking and moving.
And the hard part is it's not going to get any easier. Undertale advances, though, over Cuphead. Correct? Connor, we're not doing that. We're not round one doing that. Don't even put to a poll. You know you're going to get smoked.
No, really? You think I'll get smoked
I think
that?
you would get smoked.
Can we get a poll? I'll move Undertale, but can we get a poll for Cuphead versus Undertale, please? I want to see how close that is. Because I think it's closer than
Connor, we're going to need a poll here in 2 rounds.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay, fine.
Do it for 30 seconds if you can, and make it really short.
Dang. Yeah, I think you put it up for a minute, but that's still really impressive how fast that was.
Please. Thank you, Alec. Symphony of the Night versus Mass Effect 2. Is this just a me thing?
I will let this one be just a you thing.
Symphony of the Night.
But Symphony of the Night beat God of War, so there's some Symphony of the Night truthers
Symphony
in this
of the Night
chat.
should be Undertale.
No, it shouldn't.
Yes, it should.
No, it shouldn't.
You aren't familiar with Peak, dude. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
What we're saying, here's the thing. I don't know if anything can get better. There's only things that are on the same level as Undertale. I've never heard anything that is definitively better than Undertale soundtrack.
Okay. Doom versus Metaphor.
Let me say my piece. Doom 2016 soundtrack is playing in a league by itself. It's the only one that's playing like tennis, and everyone else, these are a bunch of teams that are playing football and basketball. Doom's the only one playing tennis because it's the best metal soundtrack by a country mile. Did it get destroyed? 74% is not destroyed.
Okay. I mean, it's got destroyed.
It wasn't close.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Doom is unfucking believable. We are putting this to a poll because my vote is for Metaphor.
It's gonna lose. You know that.
Yeah.
From my 20 hours Metaphor, I don't even think it's in the same conversation. Like,
really?
Doom 2016 is a way better soundtrack. Metaphor isn't even like a top tier
Atlas
soundtrack.
But then again, we're okay, but top tier Atlas is like, I listen to the Metaphor soundtrack all the fucking time.
Really?
All the time.
I think it's good. I think it's unbelievable. Great. Yeah. It's fine.
I don't think it's as good as the other Atlas soundtracks that we have, even on this board. But once again, we're talking. It's like going and having Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts on this board, where it's just like, at the end of the day, that's going to dominate a lot of this bracket.
The Last of Us versus Skyrim.
I'm going to go with The Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2 has like 6 of my favorite video game songs ever. And a lot of people are going to be upset about that, but it's our bracket.
Mario Galaxy versus Astrobot.
I'm going to vote Mario Galaxy.
I can live with that.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Astrobot's unfucking
Is that your favorite part of that game?
Yeah, by a bit. Mario Galaxy soundtrack is unfucking believable.
That's that one song that people always point to. I forget what it's called.
It's the one with the flower level, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Unbelievable. Follow New Vegas for Silent Hill 2. Welcome to the Sweet 16, Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2, of course.
Alan Wake 2 versus Ocarina of Time. We're going to put it to a poll. Metaphor advances.
What? What? Are you kidding me? Guys, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing?
He said it was going to get crushed.
Dude.
He said it was going to get crushed in the poll chat.
That's recency bias. That's crazy.
I don't even know if it is.
I would have gone Doom over The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I think you would have. I would not have.
Yeah.
But
Ocarina of Time versus Alan Wake 2.
My vote's for Alan Wake 2.
I know it is. It's Ocarina, though. Oh,
yeah, there we got it going.
You have it going?
Hotline versus Journey.
Hotline Miami.
You think that it's a better soundtrack than
Yes.
Journey?
I mean, I thought Mega Man 2 might be a better soundtrack than Journey. I think Journey is great, but I think that we've have so many orchestral, like big, larger than life
Climbing the mountain,
soundtracks
Connor,
at this
that
point.
moment
Like,
is just like...
it was special when it came out for me, but like I think I've experienced this throughout a bunch of other games that it kind of blends in with everything else at this point.
Well, we can do Hotline. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Shout out to Aloha Alley, who is just every now and then, because the chat is just people being a lot upset at us and everyone, is the Co-op 64 logo and then a heart. And that I've seen that like 4 times.
Ocarina of Time with 89% of the vote get blown out, dude.
I just got blasted. Stellar Blade versus Halo 3. My vote is for Stellar Blade.
Oh man.
I think Stellar Blade is one of the most special soundtracks ever.
People are gonna be so
Halo's
mad.
unfucking believable. I just played Halo 2.
People are gonna be so
I just played Halo 2. It's amazing, but my vote is Stellar Blade.
It's Stellar Blade, dude.
And here's the thing: we're not disrespecting Halo 3's game. I think the Halo might be a top 20 soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's not top 10, and there's a chance Stellar Blade is top 10.
Yeah.
It's
agree.
unfucking believable.
I think Stellar Blade soundtrack is excellent.
Believable.
I think Stellar Blade soundtrack way better than Nier Automata, and I know people like relate those games.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid versus Rebirth. Rebirth. We can just keep it going. Rebirth versus Metal Gear Solid.
Rebirth.
Rebirth.
Yeah. I was right. Rebirth. Yeah. Donkey Kong Country 2 versus Celeste.
Celeste.
Nick.
I've heard Donkey Kong Country 2 soundtrack
It's
a
Donkey
lot.
Kong Country 2.
Celeste has arguably like you putting Celeste in the same quadrant as Rebirth is legitimately offensive to me.
I put it in the same quadrant as Donkey Kong Country 2, my second favorite soundtrack of all time.
I don't understand, but because you are okay with that advancing. For me, I'm like, I can't. Those two battling each other hurts my soul. Actually, this probably hurts your soul quite a bit. You love
Yes.
Celeste soundtrack. Are we putting it to a vote?
Yeah, we have to.
Celeste versus Donkey Kong Country 2 going to a poll. Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Breath of the Wild. Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people why we chose Kingdom Hearts 2?
I think it's the best middle ground between everything. Like, where a lot of stuff jumps off of the music that's made in Kingdom Hearts 2 and, like, kind of twist it. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is just a lot of music from Kingdom Hearts 2, but, like, the better version of it. But, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is, like, just a good middle ground.
For me, it is between Sanctuary and Roxas's theme and just everything that else. The version of Dearly Beloved for Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, might be the best version of that song. That or Birth by Sleep has a great one. Or is it 3-5?
For Dearly Beloved.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a bad version of Dearly Beloved, honestly. I mean, there are some lesser versions, but I think the best version of Dearly Beloved is Melody of Memory.
Well, there we go.
The swing version?
The swing version is great.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's
Connor,
insane.
You can get that swing version in Super Smash Bros.
I bought Melody of Memory on Switch just for that, but I also now play Melody of Memory on Switch all the time.
Yeah. Let's go and see what this poll is saying. Donkey Kong Country 2 advances.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about, people. You have taste. I mean, I feel like we're both getting ours at this point. They're back and forth with the voting, with the fan voting.
I got Metaphor. That's the only one that I've gotten.
Okay, that's a big upset, though.
Yeah, it's a major upset. This one, by the way, this is one that I'm rooting for, and it hurts my soul that Celeste is not making it to the Sweet 16.
Right.
It's a top 16 soundtrack,
I agree.
so that's what makes it tough.
What would Celeste beat here? Celeste would beat Metaphor.
Symphony of the Night.
It would be
Metaphor for me.
The Last of Us.
It would be The Last of Us for me also.
I think it would be close. I think it would beat Galaxy. It would beat Ocarina of Time, in my opinion. It might. No, it doesn't beat Hollow Miami, but it's close. It's not beating Donkey Kong Country 2, though.
Persona 5 Royal versus Death Stranding.
Persona 5 Royal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to fight you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Final Fantasy 16 versus Metroid Prime, FF16.
Sure.
Yep.
Do we have any Final Fantasies that have lost?
Yeah, FF6 lost in the first round from you.
And
10 lost.
And 10.
Fuck. So we only have the two most modern ones.
We're clearly not Final Fantasy Glazers, guys. Well, clearly.
Final Fantasy 10 lost to Halo 3, which makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
FF6. Where did FF6 lose?
To
Metro Prime. Yeah, I'm
Metro
fine
Prime.
with that.
See, those are two that you wanted.
Yeah.
And you got. See, okay.
You want it.
Parasite Eve versus Cyberpunk. I think it's very close. I prefer Parasite Eve, but I think Cyberpunk is probably the right choice here. It's not going to win in a vote. So
Cyberpunk is advancing.
Yep.
And then next up, we have Minecraft versus Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload clears, and it sucks that it clears because I love Minecraft soundtracks.
Yeah.
Persona 3 Reload is...
Here's the thing. I'm not going to allow this to be Persona 5 Royal versus Persona 3 Reload.
Connor, I think there's a chance that that's what the people want.
That sucks.
I think that there's a chance that people wanted that right here.
Okay, fine. We'll move Persona 3 Reload on, but I'm gonna go against the grain on both of these.
I'm gonna go against the grain on one of them.
Which one?
We'll see.
Oh,
you already know.
Final Fantasy 16 over Persona 5 Royal.
We'll get there when we get there.
No shot.
Undertale versus Symphony of the Night. You're gonna force it to a poll, I assume.
I wouldn't be that mad if I just gave you this one, honestly.
Please do.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you want to toss
I think
a poll
I
their
lose
way?
anyways. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Undertale's going to advance over Symphony of the Night because it should. And then let's go Metaphor versus The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 has, I've already said, like 6 of my favorite songs. I'm so happy to move The Last of Us 2 over there.
Just from my own personal experience, because I haven't played Metaphor as much.
The first Atlas game has fallen in this bracket.
Mario Galaxy versus Silent Hill 2.
It is Silent Hill 2.
It is Silent Hill 2. Come on. Oh man, I'm pulling for certain ones here, and things are going okay so far.
I told you, Silent Hill 2 has a great bracket around it because there's a lot of holes to be poked on this side.
Yeah,
but it's super interesting. Ocarina of Time versus Hotline. I think Ocarina of Time's soundtrack might deserve to win this whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
and so that's what my vote would be for. But can
I get a poll, please? I want to see a poll for this.
And then just leave it and make it a poll.
Yeah. Hotline Miami versus Ocarina of Time, please. He's ready on it. He's all over it.
He's on it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Stellar Blade versus Rebirth. We had this discussion last year that Stellar Blade is an all-timer, but it's going to be overshadowed by Rebirth.
Yes.
Just because.
There's 400 tracks in Rebirth. And I literally listened to Rebirth music in my car like a couple days ago. And I don't listen to video game soundtracks that much. I listen to Donkey Kong Country, I listen to Rebirth, and I listen to Guitar Man and Parasite Eve.
I listen to it every day. I listen to video game music every single day. Donkey Kong Country 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 2.
Why are you doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me? What are you going with?
My vote is for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay. Here's the thing. We'll do Kingdom Hearts 2. We'll do Kingdom Hearts 2. I'll take it. I'm strategizing here.
I'm not giving I'm sticking firm with everything that I'm doing. I'm not going to be able to give you anything during the rest of this bracket.
No,
I'm just a heads up.
We're fighting over this though. I think that Kingdom Hearts 2 has a better chance to beat Rebirth than Donkey Kong Country 2 has a better chance.
Ocarina of Time advances with 91%.
Oh baby, okay. OOT. You guys got to play that Hotline Miami. I'm telling you.
I need to give it a shot for sure. Yeah. Persona 5.
It's 3 hours long.
Persona 5 Royal, a game that I have to play over the next 12 days in its entirety. Versus FF16. Find the flame, Connor. FF16 is my vote.
It's Persona 5 Royal.
Connor, you are sleeping on the Titan boss fight right now and the insane music with that. You're sleeping on the Bahamut boss fight that has that insane backtrack. You're sleeping on all the quiet moments in this game, the epic moments in this game. FF16 is a all-timer, dude.
Final Fantasy X,
unbelievable.
Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Final
Lakers
Fantasy
and
13 have better soundtracks than 16. So I can't put it
no,
top
but
8.
Connor, we're just having a conversation. Which one's better?
I'm just talking.
Connor,
Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal is better. So
we're gonna get that poll going.
There we go.
Persona 3 Reload versus Cyberpunk. Persona 3 Reload clears.
Cyberpunk
clears.
Cyberpunk, dude.
Connor, you have listened to at work Persona 3 Reload's music. Have you ever listened to Cyberpunk's music?
Yes, I have because of Music League. Boom, gotcha.
On purpose, on your own volition, have you ever done it?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Exactly.
I'm still voting for Cyberpunk.
What are you? Connor, which one's better?
Cyberpunk.
You're saying that Cyberpunk is better than Persona 3 Reload's music?
Yes, I do think that. It's very close. They're different. They're trying to do different things. Cyberpunk's music highlights the gameplay very well, whereas I think Persona 3 Reload's music highlights the atmosphere very well. And Cyberpunk's music has the atmosphere.
Gabe, first time chat was Mario Galaxy ever in this bracket. It lost to Silent Hill 2, which is a brutal matchup for it.
That's fair, though.
It's a brutal matchup for it. Oh my gosh,
so
this poll is going to destroy me. Yeah, we got one more poll. It's going to be Cyberpunk versus Persona 3 Reload, which will just be insane. I have not played Cyberpunk. I've just listened to the music. I own it. It is very upsetting that I've not played it yet. Just been a busy boy this year. Persona 5 moves on.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Oh, it's not the end of the world for me. This will be the end of the world for me.
Oh, at least we don't in the final four end up with
this will be the end of the world for me if Persona 3 Reload loses. Like Cyberpunk, awesome soundtrack. Persona 3 Reload carries the same magic that you get from FF7 Rebirth or Kingdom Hearts 2.
Somebody asked if Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom was on the bracket. Yes, it lost to Kingdom Hearts 2, which is fair.
Let's move on as this poll is going to the Elite 8. We have in the Elite 8 as it stands right now, Undertale, The Last of Us 2, Silent Hill 2, Ocarina of Time, Rebirth, Kingdom Hearts 2, Persona 5, Royal, and then it will either be Cyberpunk or Persona 3 Reload.
What do you think wins this?
I'm going to be upset at the chat if Cyberpunk wins.
We're going to know in a few seconds.
The nice part is we can't see.
I think Persona 3 Reload is going to win this, but it's going to be
really
close.
should.
Let's see it. What do we got?
Thank God. Oh my gosh.
Persona 3 Reload with 66% of the vote.
Oh my gosh. Thank goodness.
Okay. Undertale versus The Last of Us.
Undertale. That's my vote.
That's fine. Yeah, I can live with that.
Undertale is... Connor, before this, I think I'm going to get really close to what my preferred top 4 was, which never happens in these.
The Last of Us 2 had a Mickey Mouse run to get to this point.
Like, for me, it's like...
No competition. It goes up against Doom. It's cooked. It goes up against
apparently not.
Like, I mean, I'm saying it. If it ends up against Doom.
It didn't have to deal with a Mario Galaxy or an Ocarina of Time on the road or anything like, or even like, I could make a case for Alan Wake 2 over The Last of Us 2, but I'm also an Alan Wake 2 sicko.
Silent Hill 2 versus Ocarina of Time.
Let's start here. Let's start here before we give our votes. This would be the finals in a lot of people's competitions.
Yes.
100%. But the hard part is I haven't played Ocarina.
Yes. But you've heard some of the tracks.
I've heard all of the tracks. I've heard all of the tracks. Because, duh, it's Ocarina's music. And that music is magical. But Silent Hill 2 deserves to win this matchup, in my opinion.
Yes, it does, Nick. Silent Hill 2 is a transcendent experience because of the soundtrack, for sure.
Rebirth versus Kingdom Hearts 2.
It's Kingdom Hearts 2. It's Kingdom Hearts 2. There's no song in Rebirth that is better than Dearly Beloved.
Yeah, there is. It's your favorite one from that soundtrack.
No,
I think
I disagree.
Clears it.
You
clears
think,
it.
You think
Emotionally
in video
clears
game
it.
history. You think in video game history,
Clears
what
it.
is the more important, the more interesting track, Nick? It is Dearly Beloved. Dearly Beloved is good for people who don't even listen to or play video games.
Air's theme makes people feel things that is unbelievable.
Dude, Dearly Beloved's better than that.
Connor, what's the best villain theme in this stupid game, Kingdom Hearts 2?
Does The Other Promise count?
No.
Why not?
Because that's not a true villain.
The organization theme.
Yeah, that's a decent theme. That's like a C tier theme.
No,
Mickey
it's not.
Mouse
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
We're talking about the one-winged angel.
Put it to a poll. Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, please. Let's go down here.
I'm upset that that's even a poll.
We're gonna have to pull this as well.
Really?
Persona 5 Royal, yeah.
You're going Royal?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going Reload. Yeah.
Okay.
So we need 2 polls there. Why Persona 5 Royal? We'll give your pitch as the first poll's going.
I have more experience with Persona 5 Royal, of course. I've listened to quite a bit of the Persona 3 Reload soundtrack. Played 10 hours of that game. Obviously, haven't beaten it. Played all of Persona 5. Persona 5 just has so many highlights. The one that sticks out to me, like emotionally, is like going to steal the treasure for the first time or whatever, and like the
the guitar.
So fucking good, dude.
Oh,
Rivers in the Desert, fantastic.
The funniest part of this is I've played a lot more Persona 5 than I've played, because I've played none. Yeah. Persona 3 Reload, it has like arguably one of my favorite soundtracks ever. Like it's so good. The poll is finishing. Rebirth advances with 51% of the vote. Connor, how's that make you feel?
Fucking pissed. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
Persona 3 Reload versus Persona 5 will be the next poll. Persona 3 Reload to me has like some of my favorite songs ever. Mm-hmm. The first time that I ever like actually put on It's Going Down now. It's Going Down. I teared up. Mm-hmm. The vocals on these tracks are so good. The vibe that it sets is so good. I understand. One song doesn't make the whole soundtrack. 100%. Persona 3 Reload is not relying on one song at all. It's Going Down is probably not the best song on that fucking soundtrack. It might not be in the top 4 or 5.
I think it's different. It's different vibes.
It's different strokes for different folks, and I'm fine with that.
I prefer the jazz style.
I'm fine with that. There's a little bit more like guitar and upbeatness in Persona 3. It's close. It's really close. Persona 5 is miles better. Oh shit, I might get roasted on this.
There's been some back and forth in chat about P5 versus P3, so I don't think you're getting cooked. Scrap the bracket. Kingdom Hearts 2, Lost FF7. I agree. That's disrespectful. The fact that we don't have a Yoko Shimomura soundtrack in the top 4 is crazy.
Well, it's just the way you said it.
I should have fucking put more Kingdom Hearts across the board. We
talked
about
he said that was at 3. I was like, if you had 1.
Persona 5 Royal with 51% of the vote. Okay, we each got one. That's fine. Both same percentage too. That's funny. Alrighty, Undertale versus Silent Hill 2.
Undertale, Silent Hill 2, Rebirth, and Persona 5 Royal are the final 4 in the soundtracks bracket. Before we hop into it, we did a good job. I just wanted P3 here. Other than that, I got everything I wanted. So
really, these are the 4 you wanted?
Yeah, these are the 4 I wanted.
Well, do you want to? Let's discuss at the end. I don't want to give my spoilers or whatever for what I would have.
Where you would have gone with certain things. This one's going to a poll.
Yes,
we both understand that very well.
It's Silent Hill 2.
Dude, Connor, it is Undertale. Undertale has more breadth of what it's trying to do, in my opinion. Where Silent Hill 2 does 2 things very well. It does the ambiance music really well, and then it has the shredders.
Yeah.
And both of those are unbelievable. Undertale has dance songs, sad songs, songs that make you want to cheer, songs that make you want to cry. It does everything to the highest level. Megalovania is the one that I put on my top 10 list, but I really didn't want to have multiple games or the same game having like a ton of spots. Megalovania might be like the 8th best song on that soundtrack, and I don't think anyone will blink an eye with that statement. Silent Hill 2, I think, has like 2 songs that are unbelievable.
No, the entire soundtrack is unbelievable. If I'm being honest, like when I was looking up favorite video game songs, I was trying to pick my one for Silent Hill 2, and I went through like 6 different ones, and was like, I could pick any of these.
I think Undertale is the second best soundtrack of all time. So.
Silent Hill 2, let's go.
Undertale with 57% of the vote.
Fuck! I get nothing. I want here. Nick, you got
what you want. It's in the final 4.
I don't want any of this.
It's in the final 4. You got yeah, we can discuss after the fact. Oh man. God damn. Rebirth versus Persona 5.
Persona 5.
What?
Yeah.
You just want to see the world burn at this point.
It's Persona 5.
You just want to see the world burn. Connor,
he's already got it.
Connor, what are the best soundtracks ever in video games? You're saying if you wrote this list before we started, I highly doubt that you would have put Persona 5 over Rebirth. Maybe you thought about it longer as we went on, and that's now the case. But there's no world where Connor, 400 of the greatest songs ever. Bow wow wow, Connor.
That is a good point.
It is a fucking banger. Connor, the first boss fight in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, when you're playing as the party, clears anything.
Chapter 3?
Yeah, the 1 to 2 to 3. The one that you get to,
yeah.
Clears anything in Persona 5 Royal.
That's not
Connor, when that double bass drum kicks in,
it's pretty sick.
listen,
we're talking about goats here. 69% of the vote for Persona 5 Royal. Hey, you get one, I get one. This is right. This is a totally fair, I think, solid final 2. But where are we going?
My vote's for Undertale. It's Undertale
for Persona 5,
and it's not close necessarily. By the way, this is it's really funny. We have our opinions that a lot of people think about us. Neither of us got the finals that we wanted.
I can say now
you would have had Silent Hill 2 there.
Silent Hill 2 is in the my 4. Silent Hill 2 up here would have been Symphony of the Night. So Symphony of the Night, Silent Hill 2. Then it would have been Kingdom Hearts 2 versus.
It's gotta be Royal.
Yeah, it's that or Cyberpunk.
Yeah. For me, it would have been Rebirth, Reload, Silent Hill 2, and Undertale. So I got a lot that I wanted.
Yeah, you got everything you wanted except for that. You got the different Persona.
Yeah.
And then
by the way, I think Persona 5 Royal, to be clear, is like a number 7 or 8 soundtrack of all time. But
I would have had Silent Hill 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 2, and I would have went I don't know. I don't know.
You would have went Silent Hill 2, I think.
I think go to win Kingdom Hearts 2.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Like, yeah.
Hell of a drug. Thanks for making that poll a little bit longer, too. Undertale versus Persona 5. Let's actually talk about this matchup now, other than just saying that this is a completely fine and acceptable finale to this. It just goes... I think that there's like 4 or 5 songs from the soundtrack that I listen to once a week just by listening to video game music. For me, it's just like there's like 20 from this one. And that's the hard part. It's the entire soundtrack.
You could argue that Persona 5 is like the definitive video game soundtrack.
I think you could with Undertale too. And that's what we're doing right now.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think more people... Persona 5 is just so universal. You know what I mean?
Undertale's music has never not moved anyone that's played that game.
I agree that it's moving, that it's good, but like this is something that I want to listen to on a regular basis outside of playing the game. This is not.
Let's stay locked in before we see where the poll actually goes. Persona 5 is universal and makes you want to live in Shibuya, correct?
Yeah.
Undertale, it's the breadth. They're doing so many different things.
There's a ton of breadth in diversity in Persona 5's soundtrack.
Yeah. Okay, you ready to reveal it?
Yep, let's see it.
The winner is Persona 5 Royal
50
with 57% of the vote.
That's the right choice, everybody. The definitive video game soundtrack. I think we made the right call here. I feel like neither of us are happy.
I have to play this 120-hour game.
Because I think Silent Hill 2 or Kingdom Hearts 2 would have been like, yeah, but
Connor,
I think this is 3.
There's never a better pitch for me on the planet. I'm playing this game for the next 120 hours, basically.
Yeah, lock in, buddy.
It's going to be a hell of a time. If you want to go and experience the greatest soundtrack of all time, join stream tomorrow. Come on, 9 a.m. Eastern.
Just leave it on like the music that's playing when it like rains or whatever. Yeah. Just leave that while you're sleeping.
Oh, 100%. It'll be good to go. So yeah, I want to just talk broad strokes again. Mm-hmm. We already did like what exactly would have preferred for the Final Four. Alan Wake 2, major snub, Ocarina of Time, and this whole section. I said it was a Mickey Mouse scenario, but they're between Mario Galaxy, Ocarina, Alan Wake 2, and Silent Hill 2. I think that 4 is just like
this. I think this is the strongest one. This is the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's probably the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Before it, I thought that this was the Mickey Mouse for Silent Hill 2. But what turned out to be the case was Silent Hill 2 was just so fucking good that we just moved it on past everything because it's just so fucking good. Mario Galaxy might have been a longer conversation that we could have had and maybe should have had. And then I'm happy that Undertale made the finals. Like a large part of me was afraid that it would not get there, but it deserved it.
I just wanted one of mine from either of these sides to make it. You got one from your side, right?
I did. I got one in the finals that I wanted. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And you did not.
It's so weird, like having to do it with like the audience and everything, like how that works. Because if we just had to argue it out, I think this would look a little bit different. But I think that this helps with the tiebreakers.
If we had to brass knuckle argue this one out, how do you think it would end?
You see, this is the biggest problem right here. If we had Rebirth versus Kingdom Hearts 2.
Had to brass knuckle argue it out, we would have made a deal. It would have been Silent Hill 2 versus Rebirth.
And I would have said Silent Hill 2, but it's one of those situations where like I would be okay with Rebirth winning.
Exactly, and I would not be okay with Silent Hill 2 winning.
Yeah.
So Rebirth.
I'd rather this.
If we really wanted to, we could have gone.
I'd rather this result than end up with Rebirth at the end.
No. That's what I'm saying though. Where also somebody said TikTok's not going to like this. King Dude said TikTok's not going to like this bracket, or they're going to have things to say. I think that this is. It's Ocarina not making the winning is the big concern for a lot of people. I think
I love Zelda music, but like I don't think it's the end all be all like a lot of people might say. But yeah, Ocarina of Time is excellent, and I do think that the soundtrack is like one of the highlights for sure.
Same with Mario Galaxy. If Mario Galaxy, I think. Well, I say that I'm like I don't think it gets into the lead 8 over anything else here. Maybe The Last of Us 2. Maybe Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy would be The Last of Us 2. No,
yes.
It wouldn't. No,
yes, it would have.
Nothing comes close on that. Oh, it does come close. Longing on The Last of Us 2 soundtrack should be like it perfectly encapsulates what that game is. Better than I think any piece of music pairs with the game, potentially other than Megalovania with Undertale, because that song is Undertale.
Dude, I don't get the Undertale hype. I'm not gonna lie with the soundtrack. I think that like when it comes to indie soundtracks, Cuphead better, Hotline Miami better, Celeste better, Journey.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know you were so anti-Journey nowadays.
Yeah, it's honestly because we did that draft of soundtracks back in the day. That was 2 years ago now, almost. And I did have Journey. I think I put Journey at like 2
or something.
Which I don't.
That's why we do the Mulligan episode, dude.
Yep.
Our opinions change, and it's a good thing. All right, do we want to go and anything more on this?
No, I can't believe that RDR2 lost to Metal Gear Solid. That's wild. That's gonna piss a lot of people off.
It'll piss. I think that the poll does a great job of just like evening out what the discussion points are. Also, man, doing a 64 bracket is just a game changer.
Yeah,
because there's still tough matches in the first one, but then when you get to that round of 32, it just sucks. The fact that Doom is not also a little bit further along, I think a lot of people would have a lot to say about there. Other than that, it's just Nev is not being Silent Hill 2. For me, it would be a lot of games on this board.
I'm happy for you. The thing is, you could have tried to convince me, but it would have gone to a poll no matter what. And I don't think enough people played Neva that it's going to beat. I don't know if it beats anything on here, just off of notoriety.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's the new kid on the block when it comes to soundtracks. Yeah, I don't know if it straight up. And it was like it might beat Life is Strange. Could it beat Life is Strange soundtrack? No. You don't think?
No.
It's just too goddamn good. Could it beat Ghost's soundtrack?
No. It's just notoriety is what I'm saying. People just know Ghost way more than. It would need to be something that's not extremely known, that doesn't have like an excellent soundtrack. Maybe
Parasite Eve, honestly, just due to the fact that
piss me off.
People don't know.
All right, let's switch it over right now. All right, hopping into hot takes. I'm going to take the lead on this. My gaming hot take is that the Red Dead Redemption 2 opening, which is often considered not very good and very slow, is excellent, is exactly what that game needs. I think it is wading you into the water of this universe, of these characters. It is setting the tone and the pace for the rest of the game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is slow, and that's a good thing. It's deliberate. It's immersive. It's excellent. And I think that the opening of that game is widely panned for no fucking reason. I love the opening, wading through the snow, getting ready to enter into this world and experience this story with these characters. I love the opening of Red Dead Redemption 2. That's my gaming hot take for this week.
I hate this. I disagree so much. The reason that I slowed down as much as I did with Red Dead was I got to the point of the game where I was like, man, the last 10 to 15 hours have been really fun. But overall, I'm still okay with not playing this because I don't feel like it's an all-timer. I hate the opening of that game. I'm not looking forward to having to play it when I do the subathon later this year. Gosh, I hate that take. I just completely disagree.
The whole game is slow. So I don't understand why people are like, well, the beginning is slow. It's like, yes, that's the point. It is testing you to be like, are you going to like this? You ready to kind of role play as a cowboy for the next 60 hours? Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's go play this game. If you don't like it, you're probably not going to like the rest of the game, in my opinion.
The rest of the game's a lot better. So I like that part.
I don't think it's a lot better. It's more, there's moments of action, but I don't think that the rest of the game, like, I would not consider this like an action-packed romp. You know what I mean? Like, you're going through the countryside and hunting and doing little side quests and stuff and skinning your fucking your animal or whatever. It's slow, and I like that. All right, yeah, that's my hot take. Nick, what do we got?
My gaming hot take for this week is that Elden Ring, Night Rain, and the Duskbloods changing up the formula of these From Software games is a very, very good thing for this industry. Everyone talks all the time about not having enough new ideas. We're getting too many Souls-likes. And the kings of the Souls-like genre are deciding to step out of their comfort zone and do something different and give the player a brand new experience. And even though people want sequel after sequel, bringing in new ideas with one of the best game studios ever, I don't know how that's not a amazing thing to do. We talk about, let's just have Insomniac make a smaller game and do something else. Let's have a Naughty Dog make a smaller game because that team's so talented and they only take these big swings. Why don't we praise FromSoft for doing exactly that with these titles, because all I see are complaints that they're not exactly what we had prior, when we still are going to get those. Apparently that is a confirmed quote from Miyazaki. Hey, we're still doing the single player things. We want to try some different things. This is how we get new genre defining moments. The best of the best doing new shit. And I'm really excited about those titles.
I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think that it's necessarily something that you should be mad about happening. I just am not going to blame people for being disappointed, especially when, in my opinion, that trailer for the Dustbloods was misleading. People thought that it was going to be like Bloodborne. People thought it was a single player experience, and it very clearly is not. And now we know that.
I'm okay with it not being.
And that's disappointing to a lot of people, me included. So I don't think there's anything wrong with going and doing new weird things. I think it's weird to double up on it, to do Night Rain and the Dustbloods back to back, two multiplayer-centric experiences when you've been known for single-player stuff, when all your accolades are from single-player stuff. I think it's weird to just go in a completely other direction for, I guess, the next 5 years we're doing this until the next one, you'd imagine. If you have two separate games, that's your whole studio working on this. You have to imagine, right?
No. The team. My question is, who is working on Erdtree? I assume that is their elite single player team, and they just finished up in 2024. The Dustbloods and Night Rain had been being worked on by other teams or other groups of people, you assume. And then the Erdtree team is the Elden Ring team is they're doing a single player thing. I think that we get a single player Souls experience next year.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I think that it's possible for sure. What do you think, we get a Souls experience first or another Armored Core game?
Oh, great question.
First, because you think that
I think there's a good chance we get another Armored Core
is probably fresher because they came out in 2023.
Yeah,
whereas Erdtree came out in 2024.
They're doing it different right now. They're one of the few elite
they have 4
studios.
Teams going then.
They
Night Rain, Dustbloods,
I need
Core
a
single
count.
player.
Can somebody go, and we're shooting this one live, can somebody go and look up how many people work from? Because it's got to be a lot of bodies.
All right. Do you want to hop into the draft?
Let's just hop into this draft.
Okay. You get the first pick this week.
Whoa.
I believe.
This one stinks because there's so many good picks. There's not a clear 101.
No. Yeah. I mean, they're all terrible, but that's the point. Ready?
Yeah, they all stink. Now I am.
Today, we are drafting video game worlds we do not want to live in. Nick, you have the first pick. What do we got?
I'm going to go with A Plague Tale. I don't like the idea of having a bunch of rats around me, Connor. That actually sounds legitimately terrifying. There's other things that sound like a little bit cool. That just speaks fear, and it makes my spine shiver. I just don't like that idea at all. A Plague Tale is my first pick.
With my first pick, I'm going to go with Doom 2016 or Eternal Doom with my first pick. It's hell, Nick.
Yeah, there's a lot of hell on the board. I don't know why you're talking about this.
Over rats? Demons versus rats.
I can handle demons. I can't handle rats.
Yeah, that's not true. We both know that's not true. Doom with my first pick. Fuck that. With my next pick, I'm going to go with Elden Ring, another larger-than-life situation where there's a bunch of freakos coming after you. That nowhere is safe. I feel like I'm getting crushed by a big monster immediately. Elden Ring with my second pick.
With my next pick, I'll choose my Souls experience. I'll choose Bloodborne with Yharnam. That's just terrifying. Yharnam is close quarters, whereas Elden Ring, you're going to be able to shift and shake. You're going to be able to go and find a place and post up.
I'm not going to be able to shift and shake when I have a dragon coming down from the sky on me.
well, I'm saying that in Bloodborne, there is nowhere you're hiding in these buildings. You're just going to be dead no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm saying Elden Ring, I got a chance. There's like 2 minutes in the ring. Bloodborne, 10 seconds. With my next pick, I'm going to choose basically hell again. I'm going to choose Diablo. Give me Diablo. You're talking about the hell like this is a unique thing only to Doom. Yeah. Give me Diablo with my third pick.
With my third pick, I'm going to go with Silent Hill 2. The world of Silent Hill. Is it all in your head? Is it really just fucking with you? Yes. I don't want to experience that. What we see in Silent Hill 2 is absolutely terrifying. So fuck dealing with Silent Hill 2. With my next pick, I'm going to go with God of War 3. If you know anything about God of War 3, The world is not in a good state. Shit is absolutely hitting the fucking fan. And if you're an NPC in that world, you're fucked every single way. God of War 3 was my 4th pick.
I'm going to choose Dead Space with my 4th pick. Fuck that entire world. That's one of the most terrifying moments in my entire life was booting up that game and starting that playthrough and just being like, what the fuck is this creature in front of me? That is my 4th pick. With my final pick, I'm going to choose Fallout. I do not want to live in the wastelands because I'm either going to potentially be like dusted in general or I'm going to get robbed, or it's just not a good situation. And hey, who said that I'm living post Fallout? But I might be happening during the Fallout and then I'm just nuked and it's over. So yeah, Fallout's my last pick.
With my last pick, where are we going here?
Got a lot of zombies left on the board.
With my last pick, I'm going to go with Resident Evil 7. 7 is the scariest situation to me out of all the Resident Evil, stuck in this house with this family coming after you. Don't like anything about it. Resident Evil 7 scared the shit out of me when I played it for the first time. So being stuck in that world seems awful. You could argue that 2 with like its otherworldly creatures or 3 or 4 like would be worse. I understand that. You might get a quick situation there though where you're in and out. Whereas I think 7, you're going to be stuck there for a while and it's not going to be good. So Resident Evil 7 with my final pick.
Yeah, a lot left on my board. I got Portal. The idea of like living in Aperture Science is like kind of terrifying because like you don't know what the fuck's happening in the entire world. Dying Light, The Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Gears of War, Alan Wake, and any Resident Evil.
I had The Walking Dead. Did you say that one?
No, I did not.
You said The Last of Us?
Yes.
Mad Max.
Whoa, that's great pull. Great pull. Alien Isolation, if we want to toss another movie.
Alien Isolation would suck. Days Gone.
I didn't have it written down. I thought about that just for the sheer amount of zombies that are fast.
They're running at you.
Also, need to throw it out there. Animal Crossing, somebody brought up as a joke. The idea of like 1, Tom Nook just always breathing down your neck, kind of terrifying. 2, can you imagine living in a world where it's just a bunch of animals all around you? That's fucking terrifying to some level.
Dude, Subnautica would fucking suck.
Subnautica would fuck. When are we getting the fact that we're not getting a presentation and it seems Oblivion's just dropping is
that's so weird.
So wild.
We're gonna know when this comes out to everybody. The Oblivion is probably already gonna be out. Well, we have Patreon names to read.
Connor with the clutch moment.
All over it. This show is made possible because of our lovely supporters over on Patreon. At that highest tier, you get your name read at the end of each and every podcast. Members like Apathetic Titan, who I'm using his guide for. I'm using his guide for where I'm going in Skyrim on doing the quest lines. For like Apathetic Titan,
JC Falcon,
Frozen Crushes,
Jaxie T,
Sconzi,
Cherry Sentry,
DQ Lonzer,
Gamers Glade,
Tyler D,
Scooterman,
Dinkelberg Rules,
Centuro,
Hook'em Horns,
Go Nash,
Neutral Sphere,
Charlie W,
Easton C,
Stooby Dooby Doo,
Nuke This Kingdom,
Crispy,
DJ Zach B,
JC,
Uli,
Jacob D,
Big Mac,
Mel Nate,
The Patty Cake,
Bear Pog,
Yogi,
Damn,
Holden M,
Colin C,
Brock,
Voodoo,
Dr. Pookie Bear,
Alex W,
Andrew H,
Master Diz,
Jesse F,
Drifter X1, Skirt,
Presto,
Maverick,
Goops,
JMat B3,
Ali Benali,
Michael,
and Vorpal Matt. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Casual Gaming Conversation. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.